21, okay. Let's continue then. Shall we? You and Sophia have accomplished a lot. A lot. You see what they did? A lot over the past year. The last straw now consists of half a dozen cells that know nothing about one another. You have several informers gathering rumors and news. Many citizens support your cause and are ready to help. For example, the ranks of the underground society include honest rebels eager to bring the empire down, as well as thieves and thugs willing to break any law as long as they get paid. Right? People like Roger. Thugs and thieves. As more and more people join your insurgency, rumors begin to spread throughout the city. It will soon become impossible to conceal your existence. The last straw desperately needs a public figurehead, someone to act as the patron of your secret society, someone who can justify your existence to the authorities. You choose Mayor Egmont. He has earned a fortune and made a name for himself, thanks to his silver mines, and now is the leader of the Magran Lesser Quorum, which is kind of a city assembly. It's basically a republican institution. Rumor has it he's eager to get in touch with someone from the underground. If there was ever a time to meet, it's now. Fortunately, you know people who know people, and soon enough, you arrange a meeting. An empty warehouse late at night. All the workers are gone home. A dim lamp is the only source of light in the spacious facility. The two of you are alone here, free from prying eyes. Up close, Egmont turns out to be a broad-shouldered, middle-aged man in a pricey frock coat. He wears no jewelry, but his beard and moustache are well kempt. Only the grey hair at his temples betray his age. He offers you a warm, rough hand. It is the calloused hand of a man who has had to work all his life. You shake it readily. The industrialist offers you a seat at a nearby table. So, this is basically... In fact, I would love to play a game, but it's a grand strategy game, so people don't like it. They kinda illustrate what happened, you know, at that time. Exactly this, right? So the French Revolution, the anti-monarchy revolution, weren't as they were portrayed and, you know, propagandized in later years, that the birth of modern democracy. Well, maybe yes, but it doesn't mean power to the people. It wasn't the people who took power from the monarchy. It was these guys. It was the industrialists. So the French Revolution, so the passage from that world, medieval world, to the modern world, is not a passage from an autocracy, a dictatorship, power from above, to power from below, to the people. It's the passage from monarchy to capital. Okay, it's the passage from God to money. That's the passage. It's not the people that rule, it's the money that rule. What was once God is now the money. And I guess somebody got this, right? When people thought somebody talked about the death of God, it's obviously, I mean, do I have to say this? It's obviously not a physical death, right? It's the death of a concept, of the concept of God. Fine. You don't care. It's fine. I don't either. Mayor Egmont, truth be told, young man, I know your family quite well. I had the honor to be introduced to your grandfather back in the day. Unfortunately, Sir Brante wasn't exactly delighted to meet me. But your father, he's a staunch supporter of Airborne. We've often seen eye to eye, he and I. Let's see if you and I can find some common ground too. So this is the new power who's trying to find some arms, some dirty hands to do their job and take the power from the old world, from the ancien regime, right? I'll be frank with you. I know quite a bit about what you're up to here in Anisot. You built yourself a functioning underground society and you've done it very quickly, all without getting caught. I'd say you got an eye for business. But tell me, why are you doing all this? What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve? Please be sincere with me. I'm the last man who wants to see you reported to the secret chancellery. You were prepared for this question. Egmont listens carefully as you give him a short speech on the coming rebellion against the Empire, first in Anisot, then in Magra. When you are done, the industrialist lets out a sigh. Ambitious, determined, but utterly senseless. Let's say you do manage to foment an uprising against the Archduke, against the Overseer, even the Emperor himself. Well, what then? Let me see Anisot and Magra, where are they? Because now... Okay. Okay, so the province, so this province, okay. What are your demands? Who do you want to listen to? Who do you want to listen to them? If you ever negotiate or make a deal, then with whom will you do it? What about your terms, and what will your relationship with the Empire be like if your revolts succeed? Hey, I don't know, I just work here. So far, Tasto, I've heard no answers to those questions. To be honest, I'm quite confident you don't have any answers. But fortunately for you, I do. There's also one self-evident fact I'd like to bring to your attention. Whenever someone discusses authority or power within the Empire, there's one thing that never seems to raise any doubt. Prefects and commanders, magistrates and overseers, they're always nobles. Any position of power only for the nobles, landowners, always nobles. Who rules over Anisot, Overseer Tempest or Archduke Milanidas? One can say for sure these days. Either way, no matter who they are, nobles rule the city. But a city isn't a castle or a fortress. A city is more than the sum total of its walls and buildings. A city is its people, the commoners, who work and trade and live there. There always have been and always will be more of us than the nobles. We are this city, Brante. You've never been to a meeting of the Lesser Quorum, have you? I won't bore you with the details. Let me put it this way. It's the only place where the common estate has the same rights as the nobles. Sure enough, there's arguing, there's contention, there's a fight every time we meet. But as we argue, as we contradict each other, we find a new way, one that takes everybody's interests into account. But unfortunately, right now, the Lesser Quorum only has the authority to discuss issues related to taxation in the province. But if you and I come to an agreement, this will change. Hey, Roger, finally you spoke up. Welcome. This is a test. Please tell me if anything is wrong. I'm multicasting. I'm streaming at the same time on YouTube and Twitch. So this is pretty taxing on my PC. So we'll see. I'm also streaming at double the quality on YouTube. Maybe that doesn't help. I spent most of my life making the idea of the quorum a reality, and I swear to you on my life that it works. This is the only way to bring something new to the Empire, by giving the commoners and the nobles the same power. Egmont is shouting now, his eyes shining with excitement. He's utterly engrossed in his idea, and you feel he actually believes what he says. And here in Magra, we have the chance. We had no way to do it in the past, back when the Archduke Milanidas was in charge, but now Gaius Tempest represents the Empire's authority in Magra. Tempest still can't find a way to share power with Milanidas. He needs all the support he can get, and you and I, we can give him that support. Will do. So far so good, thank you. And Tasto, are you aware of how Gaius Tempest ended up becoming the overseer of Magra? He was too progressive for the capital and his fellow Archnians. He went too far in his attempts to make nobles and commoners equal under imperial law, and he was exiled to Magra for his troubles. Okay. And yet, oh, it's Gaius Tempest we are talking about, yes. And yet, Gaius Tempest has never abandoned the idea of making the estates equal. He was the one who supported the creation of the Lesser Quorum. He is well disposed toward the lowly estate and tends to listen to reason. We can make him our ally, and your uprising could be the deciding factor. If we can manage to seize control of the city and hang on to it, if we can prove we are able to run Anisot, if the citizens show us their support, then we'll have a lot to offer the overseer. In return for making Anisot a free city, a city-state if you will, governed by the Lesser Quorum, see, we recognize Gaius Tempest's authority in Magra and support him in his power struggle against the Archduke. See, he is an industrialist. Again, I'm not gonna repeat that. I hope you listen to it, Roger. So this is the new power against the monarchy. He's an industrialist. This is the freaking French Revolution, absolutely. And obviously, you know, he wants Anisot to be a free city, a city-state, a merchant republic, maybe. If nobles and commoners come to govern a city together, govern, record, govern a city together, in just a few short years it will become obvious to the entire empire how advantageous this arrangement is. Yup, I listened and I agree. Well done, Roger. As long as you agree with me, you will have no problems. But you already know this from years of experience. And still you didn't manage to stream yourself. What a noob. You should stream. And then the old traditions will have no choice but to step aside. I understand that things like this take time, but as you prepare for the revolt, I'll support your underground movement with all the power and funding at my disposal, as long as you say you'll walk towards this future with me. Still no message on YouTube, nobody's on YouTube. Mayor Egmont lets out an exhausted sigh. Delivering such a fervent speech is no easy task for a man his age. After a moment of quiet, you agree. Yes, you say, this is a future worth fighting for. Did I? The last straw will support Egmont's plan. Why? You promised to spread this vision of the free city of Anisot, first among the rebels, then throughout the city, starting immediately. Why? I didn't choose this. Ah. You shake hands. Once the conversation is over, you leave the warhouse and walk back through the dark streets of Anisot. You have made a promise, but what are you actually going to do? There is a kernel of truth in Mayor Egmont's words. The aged industrialist's plan could actually work. This is no longer just a pointless revolt doomed to fail. Dangerous thoughts begin running through your mind. Would it be best to abandon the idea of the free city of Anisot and report this meeting to Sir Felipe? I'm gonna keep the conversation a secret. You choose to take a chance and never mention Egmont's plan in your report to Felipe. Obviously, if Felipe finds out, if Egmont betrays us, we should betray him before he betrays us? I don't think so. Who's my boss again? Is the Felipe El Ferro. Is the Who is he, actually? There we go. He's a nobleman of the sword, sure, and he is an advisor of the secret chancellery. The secret police, basically. He's our boss. We agreed to be one of his men, but I'm actually trying, I think, to become a player in this. Obviously, Felipe... Well, but how much do we count on Egmont? Is it something worth not reporting? If Felipe comes to know it, I mean... But then Felipe is gonna take advantage of this. Keep it a secret? I'm gonna keep it a secret, yes. In your report to Felipe, you claim that Mayor Egmont was more careful than you expected, and your attempts to come to an agreement with him were unsuccessful. You claim that the industrialist is putting money into the struggle for commoners' rights, but cleverly disguises as charity. In the end of the report, you assure Felipe that you will find a way for the secret chancellery to connect Egmont's actions to underground activities and the brewing revolt. However, you cannot do it right now. Mayor Egmont's secret plot is our status with him. We are basically cutting out Felipe, or trying to. He's not gonna react well if he gets to know it. And that will be through death, I guess. Oh, because in this world you only die thrice, and we already died once. So you expect Felipe to reply with a furious letter, but as the days go by, you do not receive a single word from the secret chancellery advisor. This silence feels more menacing than any threat. See? Okay, he probably wrote Egmont privately. Okay, my family is a prosperous house now. Okay, who cares? A plot with Egmont. You joined Egmont in his secret plot to start a rebellion in the city. A family of means. Before the church promised heaven, now the industrialists promise material wealth and join in 1% if you work hard enough. Both are largely a myth. Which one is better? I don't know. Well, yeah, they are equal in many ways. For example, both the religions in general and money, they both did great disasters and great things, you know. That's also why it's hard, at least in the common discourse, at least at the pub, to criticize them, and you get kinda buried by the people, because, you know, religion did what we all know, but it also did great things for culture, for science. So we weren't at the level of knowledge we are right now if it were for the church, for example. But obviously on the side, I mean, alongside this, it also did horrendous stuff, the same as money, right? Now I can sit on a chair and stream with you, Roger. Without technology, without money, without the Elon Musks, this wouldn't be possible. But is it worth all the bad stuff? You know, it's more of a matter, you know, it's a nuanced matter. It's more of a nuanced matter, and people don't really like nuanced matters. They want to know who's right and who's wrong, and it's impossible to say, right? Yeah, that's the catch. And they are not evil, pure evil. There's also something good alongside the pure evil that they are. So fine though, fine. A family of means. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. We are wealth 10, and the family is not in ruins. Oh, the family in ruins is an event that cannot occur. I mean, it's probably the AB, you know. Over the past few years, your family has grown wealthy beyond imagination. Whatever money you had, you took good care of and made more, all thanks to your uncanny aptitude for profit. The word hardship is long forgotten at home. Whatever luxury you crave, you can afford it. The entire city knows that the Brante family is an affluent one. Affluent? It's late in the evening on a sultry summer day. The sun is set, but the heat still lingers in the garden. Father slowly measures the porch with his steps, striding from one corner to the other. This is our father. My son, look how we prospered. If you ask me, we Brantes have grown too used to our humble way of life. We don't have to be thrifty anymore. Let's invest our wealth in the family. We won't run out of money anytime soon. You've done so much to ensure our prosperity, son. It's only fair for you to decide where we should invest our fortune. You cast a glance over the family estate, thinking, how will you spend your wealth? Well, obviously we'll expand the library. Host a gala. It's time you show the nobles of the city how the Brantes have flourished. Well, invest in the house. Your family estate gets the maintenance it deserves. The books will preserve precious knowledge within your estate for centuries. Well, probably hosting a gala would be good. This is obviously PR, right? This is a PR move. We probably need a PR move. We are we're kinda growing rich, etc. But we are still, we are still a family that's a bit in the dark, We are rich, but I guess people know where this money come from, Maybe hosting a gala, maybe committing the nobles to our family could be a good PR move. Invest in the house, I mean, no. No, also because we are about to lead a rebellion, so expand the library is what I would do, but maybe it's time for a PR move. But again, we're about to start a rebellion against the nobles. Are we? Do we want pictures? The paparazzi in our house picturing us with the nobles? Do we want this? Make some connections, right? Yeah, because we are that kind of man, right? We are a man in the middle. We are a middleman right now. Are you sure, Roger? Give me confirmation and I will listen to you. We're gonna host a gala. Dizzy, you are invited if you're still here. I don't know though, because we are about to lead a rebellion against the nobles. But maybe we shouldn't be afraid, actually. Well, I'm taking your word, Roger. It will be your fault when they tell us, oh, he was with the nobles. Yeah, let's do it. Gotta know your enemies before you burn them. We lost the gala. It's time the noble families of Anisot learn the extent of the Brantes' prosperity. You suggest to father that the family should host a grand party for the entire city. At last, you have the money to afford a luxurious gala that will satisfy even the most demanding tastes. Even the Tastos? Robert Brante, our father, a gala of our own? Excellent idea, my son. Money comes and goes, but the memory of a great gala will endure. And so you begin the preparations. Money and effort are no object. Hey Paiva, welcome, welcome. Soon the most esteemed nobles of Anisal receive the invitations, marvels of calligraphy on delicate perfumed paper. Your family estate is too small and humble to provide for every guest. So you rent a country manor from an old noble dynasty and hire an army of servants to whip it into shape, prepare the feast, and serve the guests. Nobody's still on YouTube, fine. Hey Paiva, welcome. Well, I don't know if you like this though. How are you though? What do you tell me? The gala is immaculate, splendid, perfect. With a smile you watch the city's nobles, dazzled and awed by your work. All this majesty afforded by a humble family of the mentor. The night ends with your pride and joy, a marvelous, colorful fireworks display. It illuminates the skies above Anisot like a miracle. Yeah, they're gonna ask themselves questions though. Hey Dizzy, how is the gala going, Dizzy? Are you having fun? Don't drink though. Isso é livro? Basically. Yes, eu tô bem. Valeu. Valeu to you. Muito bem, muito bem. I'm happy then. It's basically a book, yes. We spend 50 minutes reading and 1 minute taking a decision, but the story is very good. Decisions are very good as well. I can drink if I want, yo. No, no. Don't drink, Lizzie. I don't like girls that drink. Not at my party, come on, at least not at my party. Don't embarrass me with your Norwegian jokes. Drunk jokes. Father was right. This gala will not soon be forgotten by the city of Anisot. Reputation +1. We had tarnished honor. Now we were disgraced. Wow. We have tarnished honor now. Wealth -2 though. We're affluence. Okay, we were prosperous house. Okay. Willpower +5. Yes, this eases our mind as well. Yeah, this is very important. I always forget. Lavish lifestyle. Make the Brantes known as the city's wealthiest family. Achievement. Good decision, it looks like. Do you think? I don't know. I don't know what this will lead to. Wealth, and the Brante family becomes known throughout the city for its wealth. I don't know about this. This is a lot of eyes on us. I don't want the... An old friend. Oh, it's Dizzy that got drunk and did something. Night is falling over and is out. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is just... yeah, the chapters. Claro. Hello, Aldo. Hello. Thank you for coming by, Aldo. You are kinda diminishing your presence on Twitch, huh? I see, Aldo. Did you need a break? Also, that streamer, Bambi. I think she left Twitch. I don't know if I did something bad. I don't know. I think she left. I can't find her anymore. Maybe she banned me. I don't know. I hope. Wow. Night is falling over Anisot. The stifling heat gives way to an eagerly anticipated freshness. After a day of at work, you stroll home at a leisurely pace. You turn down a side street that you have known since you were a little boy. It's as if your legs are acting on their own accord, bringing you to the place of your childhood play, the remnants of the wooden fort. Oh, so much has changed since the days you used to play here with your little friends. Engrossed in your memories, at first you fail to notice that you are not alone there. Here. A tall figure in the uniform of a Legion officer approaches you. You see unruly brown hair and a twinkle in his eye. It's Tomas. Now that's a surprise. Hi, Brante. Fancy running into you at the moment I'm back in town. See, yeah. Whom? You don't know. You don't know the streamer. I did, but also because my vacations ended. Oh. So what are you doing now? Your childhood friend puts his arms around you. Our battalion got transferred here recently. We're under the command of the Magro Legion now. Oh, see? I'm keeping the peace and maintaining order in my very own province. Okay, so we are going to clash with him, I guess. Well, why don't we catch up? Let me buy you dinner. We'll have a little chat, remember the old days. Tomas cuts himself short. You suddenly notice how much older he looks. His face has become sharper and rougher, and his eyes are filled with exhaustion rather than the usual mischievous sparkle. Mischievous? Is it how you say it? Mischievous or mischievous? I see, nothing. Today I'm free for the afternoon, but what do you usually do? Now that your vacations are over, what does that mean? You study? You study, right? My vacation from school just started. Yeah. And I'm so happy that you're here, Dizzy. Yes. Finally. I didn't want to stay 1 week. Mischievous. Okay. Thank you, Roger. I think so. Aqui começaram as aulas. Ah. So you won't be able to come in here anymore, I guess. Dang. Yes, I'm a Slav. I study. Yeah, well. If you're a slave now... I mean... Eu estudo de manhã. Yeah. But you are Brazilian, so... Brazilians, Paiva and Aldo. So for you now, what time is it? 14? 2 p.m. I guess. If you think you're a slave now, you'll see after you finish your study. Yes, 14, I see. So you are on the east coast of Brazil, kinda. No, actually Brazil has a lot of places in that time zone, yeah. Paracool? Do you live in Paracool? A place named Paracool? That's cool. Paraguay, yeah. Right, you're in Paraguay. My god. A Brazilian in Paraguay. It's actually not that uncommon. Nice. Paraguay. Guai in Italian with the E, not with the Y, is woos. Problems. So, but maybe Paraguay keeps the problems away. Para. I should warn you though, Tasto, I ain't the best company nowadays. I managed to get myself some powerful enemies already. I'm a friend who could taint your good name. So if you'd rather not be seen with me, well, I understand. Tell me more. The smile on his face starts to fade. Walk away? No, let's talk about it. I want to know more. Where's Gabriel? He's never here anymore. No, it's here way less than before though. I feel. I don't know. You give Tomas your hand. You shake hands firmly. So you haven't forgotten your old friend Brante. That's the way it ought to be. Well, come on then. You go to a tavern. Reminiscing about your childhood antics on these very streets along the way, you choose a table in the far corner of the tavern. Tomas orders a bottle of good wine and some food. You talk about your latest case, about your first years back in Anisat. You share family news, your quest to become nobles of the sword, the quarrels between your elder brother and sister, your mother's health. Tomas nods with concern. Sounds like you've had some tough times. Your family has always been different. Mine, on the other hand, is the same as it ever was. My pa is always in his workshop and my ma is always doing chores. But look at me. I came home a service class nobleman. Although it doesn't bring me much joy anymore. Tomas is suddenly grim. You ask your old friend to share his troubles with you. He quickly glances around the room and lowers his voice. Well, I'm a captain in the Magran Legion now, and who's our commander? His Excellency Dorius Otton. That's right. I serve under the very same Archnian whose toes I stepped on back in Eterna. And you better believe he remembers me. I'm afraid things are gonna end real bad. Yeah, Dorius Otton is this guy. He was at the school with us. He's an Archnian from one of Anizat's most venerable bloodlines, the High Commander of the Imperial Legion of Magra. Yes, he's famous as a daring duelist, as a master swordman who has never known defeat. Okay. Yeah, we had some bickering back at school. But hey, I'll figure it out somehow. Don't trouble yourself over it. Apart from that, well, it's the usual service. We impose order in uppity towns and villages, protect the province, that sort of thing. And we run drills all day long, obviously. If only you knew how sick I am of them barracks, Nasto. I've thought about starting a family. Mama keeps telling me to find a nice girl to marry. She says it's high time I got hitched. So this is the game in which your character belongs to the caste of outcasts, right? Kinda. Abandoned by the gods, despised by men alike. Well, that's the destiny we chose for ourselves, but you missed quite a lot, Aldo. There was a pretty big turn of events, and, you know, we made our choices that you may not like, actually. Hey T, welcome, thank you. You're here from quite a while. Thank you for speaking up. How are you? Hola, hola, there you go. Livro jogáveis? Basically, yes. Yes, it is. It's completely dark and you are still talking. Finally, Tomas remembers that his parents are waiting for him. You get up from the table, leaving some dirty dishes and quite a few empty bottles behind. On your way out, you catch a glimpse of a nondescript figure following you to the door. As you walk alongside Tomas through your home neighborhood, you keep glancing over your shoulder, but the shadow that was following you has disappeared. You reach your street and stop for a while in the semi-darkness between your family homes, just as you used to all those years ago. Oh, I feel like something big is about to happen. Maybe no, though. Maybe no, maybe won't. And stop for a while in the semi-darkness. Bye, Brante. I hardly ever come to Anizot these days. A battalion is always on the march all over the province, but twins willing, we'll see each other again real soon. You advise your friend to safeguard his every life. +1. Affection. Fine, we remained friends. Yeah. Reputation -1. Why? I'm disgraced. Willpower +10. Prepared for anything. See, this eased our mind. A good conversation with a friend eased our mind. Now we are active. We are ready for anything. The gunpowder plot. Oh my god. Somebody's about to blow up. You are sitting on a solitary bench in a gazebo in the Archduke's garden. Oh, really? Out of nowhere. Okay. Tall lanterns spread their dim glow in the cool evening air. When Gaius Tempest became the overseer of Magra, one of his first edicts granted the commoners entry to the Archduke's garden. At the time, many Magrans saw this gesture as a sign of future change. Because he told you he's not well liked in this town. Yeah, but come on. Come on. But unfortunately, the right to visit the Archduke's garden is the only new right the commoners now enjoy by the grace of Overseer Tempest. It does little to ease the burden of double taxation or the need to work the mines without gunpowder. Oh. A serpentine, stone-paved road leads to the gazebo. Many flower beds are nestled in the bends and coils of the elaborate path. In the distance, on the other end of the path, you finally see Sophia's silhouette. She takes a look around, then steps over the low fence and walks to you through the flowers. I died for you, freaking Sophia. I died for you. I had trouble finding you here, Brante. Let's meet in one of the usual places next time. It isn't safe here. You agree, although you are sick and tired of the stuffy basement rooms and trash-filled ruins where you typically arrange to meet the leaders of the last straw cells. Okay, let's get to it. The last straw needs gunpowder. We could really use some. If we had gunpowder, we could blow up the Emperor's statue in the Golden Square or the wall of the city armory. There's all kinds of stuff we could do. Hey, Slith, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Both you and Sandokarnas. If men ever leave this earth for another planet, what monuments would we build? Would humans build other Torre di Pisa, another Statue of Liberty, and so on? I wish I could afford a couple of games that would explore also that stuff, but they cost a freaking shitload of money. But yeah, that's an interesting question, right? We would probably build something more abstract, because that's the current style, right? They would build a big statue of Tasto, obviously, yes. Me looking at the future, pointing at the future. Yes, Roger. Yes, that's a nice idea. They should do that indeed. The thing is, you can't find it anymore. Even owning it is forbidden thanks to the Overseer. Migrant industry has had to swallow a bitter pill and trade their fancy new gunpowder for good old shovels. Except not everybody got rid of it. Lucky for us, right? The new friend of yours, Maya Egmont, is a resourceful fellow. He started buying gunpowder by the barrel some 20 years ago to work the mines. They still use it in his mines, but late at night so nobody finds out. There's a warehouse where they keep mountains of the stuff, Brante. We need to get our hands on it. If we can get Maya to hand it over on his own, all the better. But if he digs his heel in, we'll just pay the warehouse a visit and grab it. Done deal. You giving the finger in Earth direction? That's a great idea, Roger. Yes, please. If you're ever going to build a statue of me, it should be something very mean towards the guy who's reading the inscription, and I should be very offensive in that. I'll take my leave, my dudes. Much love. Oh, thank you for coming by, Aldo. I miss you, man. Please, but fine. See you soon, Aldo, I hope. Thank you for passing by every time you can. Yeah, take care. Ciao, ciao. Well done, Paiva. What do you say? Make a deal with Mayor Egmont? Reject the idea of gunpowder outright? You are staying out of this. Your movement will do just fine without gunpowder. Make a deal with Mayor Egmont. Okay, why not this? Because we must be a schemer. Oh, just for one scheming I cannot do this. And our relations are too good with Egmont, so I can't report this to Felipe. Even if I reported the... Right? No, I kept it secret. Right. Roger's idea. Let's not forget. Oh, and because Sophia relationship is not good enough. Okay. Well, what if we stay out of this? What if, Roger? What if we don't have anything to do with this? Or what if we make a deal? Me, right? Not we. Me make a deal with Meyer Egmont. has every reason to trust you. You are confident you can convince the old industrialist to share some of his gunpowder with the underground. He'll do that. He will do that. We are secretly plotting with him. He's fine with it. We're gonna have the gunpowder. That's not the problem. The problem is our role into this. Are we gonna be the deal makers, but between Sophia and Egmont? Or are we gonna be the ones who have nothing to do with this between Egmont and the Emperor? Because she wants to blow up the statue, right? Yeah, the Emperor statue. So are we keeping ourselves in the middle? Are we... You know, it's really in the middle between whom we want to stay, to be. Again, Roger, if you want, I'm open to your ideas. Practical solution is to make a deal, right? Doing is better than not doing. We have to move. We have to move stuff. We have to have a presence in stuff. Fine. I'm not against this. This is alluring, though. I would like to see where this brings us, but there's also Felipe looming in the background, so I don't know. We'll try to make a deal, yes. We will, no problem. I got Maya. We are best friends. Sophia can rest easy. You promised to get the gunpowder. Alright, Brante, I leave this up to you. As usual, right, Sophia? You are meeting with Maya Egmont in several days. For the fourth time is this month, in fact. After the deal you struck at the warehouse, you have to maintain utmost secrecy every time. You arrive at the usual meeting place, the Black Bread Tavern. Thick drapes hide your table from prying eyes. Egmont is already there, ready to begin his usual dinner. Roast goose with vegetables and a pitcher of young wine. Maya consumes his food without any obvious pleasure. It must be an old habit. After all, pleasures are forbidden to the common estate. You cannot help but imagine grandfather's outrage at seeing such a lavish feast for a lowly man. Yeah, but now money is about to be the deciding factor. After a brief exchange of pleasantries, you get down to business. Your people need gunpowder, and you know that Egmont has some. The aging businessman puts down his knife and fork and dabs at his lips with a napkin. His eyes, however, study you intently all the while. He's a man of business, though. How do you know that, Brante? Who else knows that what you just told me? I trust you, but can I trust your people? You assure Egmont that his secret is safe with you, but sooner or later the secret chancery will find out about the illegal use of gunpowder in his mines and exploit it as leverage against him. The industrialist's fingers strum a nervous rhythm on the table. He sighs. You're right. The risk is too big. I suppose I'll have to keep my appetites humble, even if it means closing down several mines. As for your request, I don't think I can agree. Gunpowder will make it obvious that I was involved. I'm not going to ask how you plan to use the explosives, but you're bound to make some noise. The secret chancellery will take note of it, and then they'll come after me for sure. But you are already plotting a revolt, you tell Egmont. This path leads to the gallows, one way or another. If the revolt fails, there's no way to escape execution. The die has been cast, victory or death. It's too late to be afraid of the Empire now. And when explosions shake the city, your destiny will be decided on the streets, not in the dungeons of the secret chancellery. Egmont thinks for several minutes, then finally decides. But is this then the act that we suppose will start the revolt, because that's how, you know, this lets me think that this is the act that will start the revolt, the full out revolt. Very well, Brante, you speak the truth. This is worth the risk. I'll give you 5 barrels of the powder and get rid with the rest at once. Good luck out there, Brante. Use this weapon wisely. But I don't like it though, huh? Once the explosion starts, there's no going back. So that's the start of the rebellion, of the revolt. That's, you know, okay, I didn't get this, actually. I thought it was just an act. An action. And be careful with it. Gunpowder is an insidious and unpredictable force. It doesn't care who or what it destroys. Foreshadowing? I believe so. Yeah, apparently yes. A few days later, you transport the barrels to your secret warehouse. No other soul must ever know where you are hiding this perilous cargo. The power of destruction now rests in your hands. You feel excitement and a touch of dread. You're gonna kill your childhood friend, possibly. I think I'm gonna kill myself first. Maybe, if not, then Sophia. Maybe, then my childhood friend. Diplomacy +1. I'm still unknown. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really on diplomacy. Stash. Receive a large supply of gunpowder. That was an achievement. Thank you for the achievement, Roger. I have a bad feeling about this, though. We obtained gunpowder. You happen to obtain a considerable amount of gunpowder. There we go. Yeah, we have time. Maybe for another little chapter. Today is a big day for the Brante family. The day your family line started. The day when you remember all your ancestors. Tonight, everyone who bears the name Brante must descend into the family crypt to keep vigil by the tombs. This is the time to surrender yourself to your ancestors and hear their will. Alright. The entire family prepares for the event in silence. Stefan has been choosing his apparel since morning, praying anxiously under his breath all the while. The hair has a special place in the family vigil. Eu tentando entender. What's not clear, Paiva? You can tell me. You can also ask Roger. Roger is another smart guy. Even Mother is planning to go with you, though Father tries to talk her out of it. This is our father, Robert Brante. Lydia, I beg of you, stay home. You are far too weak for an all-night vigil in the crypt. Gloria, would you be so kind as to stay with your mother, since you cannot join us anyway? Tudo? Well, because you missed. I'm gonna publish on YouTube the videos, I guess. Very soon. So I cannot spoil you the story if you want, but basically we are Tasto Brante. I'm a guy in the Brante family. I died once, because in this world you die thrice before experiencing through death, which is, you know, you don't come back from that. But you can also be condemned to true death. True death can be inflicted to you anyway. So there are different kinds of deaths, and in this world the gods seems to be real. They are the twin gods. The twins are the gods of this world, and they seem to be somehow real. Humanity is living with somehow another species, another race, which is the Archnean, guys who have blue skin. So this is the extent of the fantasy of the world we live in. For the rest, it's basically plausible. It's a plausible world. I just swallowed 4 commercials. Disgusting. I'm sorry, Carnus. Yeah, it happens. I had even more. Yeah. And it's strange because sometimes there's a commercial going on, but you don't get it. It's not like every time Twitch runs a commercial, everybody gets a commercial. So I feel like maybe sometimes, you don't get it, and then you get 4, 6. I had even 8 commercials in a row. So they could be spread a bit better, but I guess it depends on where the insertionist wants the commercial to be ran. So, and they are regional, absolutely, yeah. So you can have it, and a Belgian guy can have it, and an American one can not have it, È una win for example, yes, see? Yes. No ads for the Brazilian guys, apparently. 4 for the Belgian guys. You have a flourishing economy, Carnus. Aren't you happy? And this is our family. We are from the house of Brante, and this is our family. This is our grandfather. He is the guy who obtained nobility, but a lesser kind of nobility, one that has to be renewed every generation. His son, our father, Robert Brante, indeed renewed that. He was able to become a noble himself. He married Amalia Elborn, which is a noble. Together they had our oldest brother, Stefan. Stefan was born from a noble father and a noble mother, so he's a noble, 100%. He's the heir of the family. We are born from Lydia Brante and Robert Brante. Our mother is a commoner, is not a noble. She has lowly origins, she's not a noble. So we are the son of a noble and a commoner, so we are not noble. But we can try to become one, or we can embrace. It's basically a caste system, right? The nobles and the non-nobles. Gloria, for example, is our sister, but our stepsister. She is only the daughter of only our mother, which is not a noble, she is a commoner. So she herself is just a commoner. She cannot become a noble, or, everybody can become a noble, but by birth, she's a pure commoner, 100%. So she's the lowest of our family. Then it's me, then my younger brother Nathan, because we are the son of one noble parent, and then Stefan, which is the son of 2 noble parents, so is full noble. We are half noble, and Gloria is full commoner. This is basically us recounting, telling, writing, actually, that's why it's a book. We are actually writing the story of our life, the life and suffering of Sir Brante, which is us. Yeah, Belgium 2, Brazil 1, yeah. Nothing to sell in Brazil, yeah, apparently. Esse não tem som. Wow. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the whole game is us trying to, writing our memories. So we actively choose, and the life of this Sir Tasto is shaped by our choices. So this is the main story. Then there are the little stories like this. Obviously, since we are the son of a nobleman and a commoner, this is kinda our quest to become a noble ourselves, because the Brante would like to keep up the noble status they achieved. But for example, we chose another path. We chose to side with the rebellious side, which is acting on this world, which is rejecting this caste system, which is rejecting this religion of the twin gods. The interpretation of this religion of twin gods, which is basically the Protestant revolution or schism, as you would call it. So there's an old faith competing with a new faith, which is more like the Protestant faith. So all this stuff that's happening in this empire, this strange empire, in this strange world, is what we have to face. And that's the story itself. I mean, the story is emerging from the choices we make. So you don't really have to know anything, at least to start the game. You get exposed to this world, and yeah, step by step, even by birth, actually, just by birth. There's a chapter about the birth. So yeah, we just follow the story and take chances. So take choices. For example, this is a vigil, so this is a special day. I don't know what it is, but it's a day where noble families or families in general go to the crypt to listen to the death people that are there, their wishes. I don't know, we'll see. And for example, here Robert is saying that his wife Lydia should stay at home because she's very weak, she's a bit ill, it seems. And he says that Gloria, would you be so kind as to stay with your mother, since you cannot join us anyway, because she's not a noble. Okay, she's not a Brante, because she's not the daughter of Robert, so she's not a Brante. So, you know, he's hinting at this, right? She's not a Brante, she's Gloria, no Brante. So she can join them anyway. Gloria answers in a muffled voice, "As you wish, Sir Robert. The late Sir Gregor would only be enraged to see Mother there. We all remember how their last encounter ended." Yeah, because Sir Robert, which is our grandfather, no, Sir Gregor, yeah. Sir Gregor would only be enraged to see Mother there. Sir Gregor, our grandfather, was very, very jealous of the status of noble. He despised Robert, his son, for remarrying with a commoner. There was a taint on the family chances to keep the noble title. He had to, you know, he would have preferred him to marry a noble woman. And he gave Lydia and Gloria a hard time, a very hard time, because, again, commoners. Me and Nathan, we were kinda useless, not really. He didn't really despise us. He considered us useless because we would have to work hard to reach the status of noble, while obviously he held Stefan very dearly because he was a noble by birth. So poor Gloria, right? She took a lot of shit, but we all remember how the last encounter ended. Yeah, because Gregor actually died basically on a kind of heart attack while he was attacking the mother, our mother, Lydia, because she was a commoner. Father nods curtly, avoiding Gloria's gaze. "Man, Nathan, are you still in the Nirvana band?" Wow. But at that moment your attention is drawn to a noise in the foyer. Nathan staggers through the door, stumbling over his own feet. He reeks of cheap wine and filth. Oh my god, you're touring again with Nirvana, Nathan? I'm not late, am I? Everyone gazes at him in consternation. I don't understand why he is so lost. What's happened to you, Nathan? Why? We never talked about this. I wanted to talk about this. Nathan almost falls into Mother's and Gloria's arms. Distressed, they fuss over him. Stefan eyes his youngest brother coldly. "I expected nothing more of you, Nathan." Why even speak of duty to your family when you can't even manage to live by the commoner's lot? Oh yeah, this is another interesting thing. So the lot is basically the caste. So you are a noble, a commoner, that's called the lot. And in this world, there's a shining pillar. So a pillar of light that goes from the sky to the earth, and it's visible throughout the world. And this is apparently done by the twins, the twin gods. So if you live by your lot, you go above the pillar, so that's like heaven. If you don't live by your lot, you go below the pillar, that's like hell. And the difference maker is whether you lived or not by your lot. So if you are a commoner, you are expected to suffer. You don't have to improve your condition, you have to accept your condition and suffer and be happy with it, be content with it. If you try to improve your condition, you're gonna go down the pillar. So a commoner who lives a commoner's life, that's good. So for a nobleman, it's good to be arrogant, for example. It's good to exploit the commoners because he's from a higher lot. So he's following his lot. And to get exploited is good for a commoner, right? Because it comes from an exploited lot. Stay in your line, yes. In your lane, yes. Absolutely. That's the point. Go lie down in the pantry and stay out of our sight. Father, Tasto, it's time, let's go. Alongside Father and Stefan, you descend into the family crypt. You cannot help but remember paying your last respects to your grandfather 9 years ago. You light the lamps. Dim, eerie flames illuminate the shrine. In the middle of it stands a magnificent stone tomb containing the long-decayed remains of Sir Brante, which is again our grandfather. You take your places around the crypt and kneel. The all-night vigil has begun. I don't think it's pronounced vigil, but vigil is like the adjective, right? This is a noun. Still. At first your ancestors remain silent. Each of you is left with their own thoughts. Then a low murmur passes around you. The shadows in the corners of the room deepen. The voices grow stronger. You know that the ancestors of Sir Brante, long-forgotten commoners whom you never knew, are trying to talk to you. But now a memory of them has come to life in the darkness of the crypt. They are pleading for something, demanding it to you, calling out to you, screaming. Finally, you all hear that painfully familiar, deep, imperious voice echo from the far end of the chamber. It's been a long time since I've seen you all. I hope you bear good tidings. All this time I've been waiting for you to fulfill my mission. Remember, as long as I'm in your blood, I will give you no peace. Because when he died, the ritual was to mix all the family's blood into one pot, and so the blood is all, families share the same blood, even physically, right? It's some sort of right. And again, you see, okay, this is a world where deceased people talk. Maybe. That's what we are experiencing. That's how it looks like. Are we sure? I don't know. I did not have my family ennobled just to see our line cut short. Our blood tide must join the grand flow of the empire, and then each of my descendants will inherit nobility forever and ever. But I do not see any of you before my tomb. Where are you hiding? Where's the head of our family, the man who will speak to me? Where's the man who will heed my will? Father rises from his knees and makes his way towards grandfather's stone tomb, the source of that booming voice. But Stefan suddenly pushes him out of the way. Father takes an indignant step forward, but Stefan firmly bars the way. Stop it, Stefan. You are my heir, but you are not the head of this family. Father, it is not you that Sir Gregor is addressing. Earning the nobility of the sword is my duty to him. He has long forsaken any hope of seeing you achieve it. You must understand that I am the one who will fulfill that duty. Vou sair com minha amiga. Ciao, ciao, Paiva. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Have a nice rest of the day with your amiga. Say hello to her from Tasto. And thank you. Thank you, Paiva. See you soon, I hope. Come on. This is a good game. Come on. Stefan does not let him pass. Father breathes heavily in anger. You can all but feel the frantic beating of both their hearts resonating somewhere within you. Both your father and brother seem to have forgotten that you are here too. Even the restless voices of your ancestors have grown hushed, waiting for the outcome of this confrontation. I don't care, actually. Step forward myself. I don't care. I despise both. Maybe not equally, but I mean, if Stefan talks with our grandfather, it's over because he's like the grandfather. So we need I'm siding with father because he's a bit more. He's a man in the middle. So he grew up in a kind of system, in a world, yeah, and he's a son of that world, but he kind of recognizes the step forward that happened in the meantime. So he's not like grandfather, but he's still a product of that system, but it's not like grandfather. I'm gonna side with father. Also, fuck you, Stefan, always. You block Stefan's way. Your ponderous voice fills the dark crypt. You demand that your brother step back. The head of your family is your father, Robert Brante, and so it will be as long as he lives. Could your brother have forgotten that it is part of the noble lot to acknowledge and honor seniority? Obviously, our grandfather wouldn't agree. He likes Stefan way more than our father. Your father is the man who must hear and accept your ancestors' will. Stefan tries to maintain his composure, but even in the dark you can see his face twitch. Brother, you don't understand. I'm not defying father's seniority, but I am the man who bears this duty to our grandfather. I cannot remain a mere witness while the future of our blood tide runs through our fingers. You resolutely push your brother to one side. Whether he wants or not, he will give way to the head of the family. Father catches his breath and approaches grandfather's tomb. There we go. See? So it's you, Robert. Have you come to disappoint me yet again? Stefan is right. I have not put my hopes in you for quite some time. If anyone will lead the Brante family to glory, it will be my grandson, I knew. Still. Stefan clenches his fists and whispers something to himself. I'm doing my utmost, father. We are closer to becoming nobles of the sword than ever before. The overseer looks upon us with favor. Just a couple more years and your dream will come true. This must be your dream too, Robert. But you still cater to your foundlings, Lydia and Gloria, risking a permanent blemish upon the Brante name, my name. Dead though I may be, my will lives on. Heed it at last. Get rid of that trollop, Gloria, and devote yourself to your true family. Otherwise you will lead our family to shame and ruin. Father hesitates for a moment. No, father, this is impossible. Even if I must defy your will, I'm responsible for Gloria. My honor and my conscience will not allow me to do what you demand. You must accept this, or keep on fighting me for all eternity. Many fathers seem to be okay with fighting for all eternity. They are stupid enough, I guess. The voice of your deceased ancestor fades away. He seems to have left this realm, but then his voice suddenly booms from the other side of the crypt. Stefan, you are the heir of this family. Your duty by blood is to earn us a place in eternity. Do not take after your spineless father. Do what must be done. Cleanse our family of wickedness. Oh, he still thinks as he was thinking when he tried to kill our mother. Stefan is shivering. He replies in an unsteady voice. But Gloria, I can't. Stefan checks himself. I will do my duty to my family, Sir Gregor. Whatever the price, I will pay it. The crypt is completely silent once more. You are alone again. You see tears glistening on Stefan's face. Without uttering a word, he goes outside. -5 hostility, I mean. Nothing changed then. Father clasps his arms firmly around you. You feel him let out a sigh of sorrow and relief. The vigil is over. There we go. Robert Brante +1 is still indifferent. I mean, we don't like each other anyway. Unity +1, peace. I mean, when we are in peace, bad stuff happens usually. Willpower -5. This is so exhausting. So exhausting. Family. Always exhausting. Always taken out from life. The errors of youth. Come on, let's do this. The last one. It's been a month since Sophia left the city on Felipe's urgent orders. You have no idea where she went. Until she returns, the last straw has been laying low. You have had to tend to the print shop all by yourself. Early morning. Father Fouad welcomes you to the print shop. He looks like he was asleep just a moment ago himself. He gets up from his makeshift bed of crates and beckons you closer with a finger. Beckons you closer with a finger. Man, are you still touring, Father Fouad? Brante, I got something to tell you, young man. So I made my rounds last night, so to speak. I stopped by a few flop houses, hit a few taverns and other dens of iniquity, and I met a young man we could use. Not sure if you can trust him, though. His name's Gustav. He told me he comes from Eterna. Says he's on the run from the secret chancery. He insists he was with the underground there in the capital. The Lotless, they're called. They were responsible for that march of the colors 4 years back. So Gustav tells me that all the Lotless were nabbed by secret chancery spooks after their march. He thinks the Anisot underground could be in danger too. The trouble is, that's all he told me. He's not exactly a trusting fellow. Has my revolution started? No, not without you. If you go away, how can it start? I think one of us ought to talk to him, find out who he is and what he knows. It looks shady, if you ask me, but maybe we could use him here. What do you say, young man? What does he say? It comes from Athena. I was there. His sister was with the underground there in the capital, the Lotless. They were responsible for that march. So Gustav tells me all the Lotless were nabbed by the secret chancery spooks after their march. You thank Fouad for the information. You will think about how to meet with Gustav yourself. Just give me the word, young man, and I'll set it up. Fuad bows, stretches, and walks off to the printing presses. You sigh, trying to steady the furious beating of your heart. Hey, why? Gustav was one of your trusted agents back in Eterna, not Eterra. Really? Was he? I don't remember him. Never heard of him. If he gets too friendly with the last straw in his out, your name will come up eventually. Okay, so he's a guy who knows and who could uncover our thing in here. You do not think that Gustav ever found out that the Lotless were established on Felipe's order, but still, he knows that you were deeply involved in the march. That alone might be enough for him to dismantle your cover story here in Anisot, yes. You need to deal with this problem as quickly as possible. Oh well. Willpower. Oh. We need that. Scheming 14. We have 13. Always for 1. Manipulation 14. We have 13. Always for 1. Wow. You will tell Gustav that you saved the Lotless in Eterna from far away. Yeah, this will be good. Well, we're gonna come back with this decision, which is not really a mystery, which one it will be.